Today we'll be creating a habitat zone in our gardens. You can find a corner of your garden or backyard, or you can also even do this in a pot. By adding just a few simple elements to your garden or balcony in a pot, you can create a habitat stepping stone which provides habitat and shelter for small creatures. To get started with a habitat garden, we'll need to think about plants of different sizes, water, and landscaping elements such as rocks, logs and pebbles. So next we're going to look at our plants, and it's best to think about native plants here. They're best for this project because we're copying what we find in nature and out in the bush, and these are the right kind of plants for providing shelter and habitat for native wildlife. I'm just down at my local reserve on a walking track, and you can see that there's a variety of levels in the habitat here. We've got the ground cover and grasses, shrubs, smaller trees, and then the larger trees, providing a variety of habitats for animals. So a range of heights and leaf shapes and types of leaves provides lots of little nooks and crannies for habitat, and also provides shelter from above to protect from predators, and also including some flowering plants, so you're providing food for insects and pollinators there as well. So I've got a few different native plants here that I'm going to put into my habitat garden. I've got taller strappy grasses like this pennisetum, and a lily-pilly there, which will also give us some native lily-pilly fruit. A Westringia, a coastal rosemary, which is a medium-sized shrub, and bees love the flowers on that one, native bees. And then I've got things like grevilleas and callistemons, the bottle brushes, which are medium-sized shrubs which also have nectar-bearing flowers for native bees and birds. Then we've got lomandra grass, mat rush, and some small ground covers like this scaevola native fan flower and brachyscome daisy. So a range of levels and leaf types provides a range of habitats. So now we're going to set up the habitat zone. I've chosen this position in a corner of my garden that's sheltered but also has enough sunlight coming through here. And I've just cleared out some weeds there, and I'm going to set up the habitat garden in this place. So I've arranged my plants in the garden in their pots just to get an idea of where they'll go when I plant them. And you'll need to check the label on these plants for how tall they get and how much light they need. So I've planted all of those plants in the position I want them now, and I just give those a really good watering in, and then we can place our landscaping elements. So arrange your rocks around your plants where lizards and skinks can hide underneath them, and they'll also protect the roots of these plants. And I've also included a little bit of these dried leaf prunings from my garden, just as a bit of a mulch and to act like leaf litter at the base of our garden. So I've just added some logs and twigs and branches to my garden as well. This mimics what nature would do when branches fall from a tree to the forest floor, and then creatures can come and live under those, and they also feed the soil. I'm also including a water source and just this very shallow terracotta dish here, and I've put a couple of logs in it just so creatures can climb in and out or perch on the logs. Just fill that with water and top it up every time I water the garden. Now these trays of water can attract mosquitoes, so you can get plants that deter mosquitoes, but hopefully the creatures that you're attracting to your habitat garden will want to feed on mosquitoes anyway, so it won't be a problem. And now we just sit back and enjoy our habitat garden and wait for visitors to arrive. If you'd like to learn more about what plants to plant in your local area, you can visit the Habitat Stepping Stones website or ask your local council or bush care team. So I hope you can find a corner of your backyard or balcony garden to set up a habitat stepping stone at your place.